Welcome to this game of Mechabellum. As you can see here, I'm fighting against a name I can't pronounce, and options: Speed, Sabertooth, Training, and Typhoon. And look at those! Sabertooth looked good with sledges and Void Eyes that can serve as an early DPS, since mine can't be a true DPS because look at the text. Only support text, so can't go carry Void Eyes. Which is not that good anymore after the nerfs. My opponent options: Giant Spec, which is decent with arc lights and sledge, so a good start. Although since you already have arc lights, you probably wouldn't want to go for Vulcan. But you could. But I would probably go for a mountain. Marksman Specialist, not that great. Fire Badger. Fire Badger is not a bad start, although I wouldn't use Fire Badger together with sledges. You are going too much on build a Scorpion, counter me. So not the greatest idea. Probably sell the Fire Badger and use Arc Lights. And Rhino Spec with Fire Badgers and Marksman. The Rhino Spec is really good. The level 2 Rhino on round 4 is excellent because if your opponent doesn't have the DPS to kill on some part of his board, you can try to use your Rhino to get a tower and then you just sell it and profit. But let's see what my opponent does. Choose. And he goes for Rhino Spec. So I should be expecting Rhino on round 4. And look at those. My board is not bad against his. The Void Eyes can deal with Fire Badgers. And the Marksman doesn't have a good time against the sledges. The Crawlers won't be that great against the Fire Badgers, but they will distract the Marksman. So it's probably what I'm going for. Look at here. If my opponent's going to advance, he won't do on this side because of the magnetic barricade. Probably there are some people that do attack on magnetic barricade side, but it's rare, very rare. So I will defend here. You can see I'm a little more than a standard. Standard I would build here, a bit forward, and with vertical build, so no horizontal unit. It have been working really well to use vertical units instead of horizontal ones. And you'll see me putting crawlers here, so they will arrive a bit late. My idea is, Fire Badgers get locked, shooting another unit, and then the crawlers run forward. Or at least that's the plan. I'm not selling yet any towers because I don't know which one will be useful. Back to normal speed. You can see we both put crawlers all the way back, so he will lose 2 Fire Badgers before he starts targeting the crawlers. Both towers are shooting and being useful. But you can see he's running out of units, even if this armor cannon did help him a little. But he got a debuff thanks to this marksman. The lone marksman went and grabbed my tower. And thanks to that, 90 seconds debuff is just too much. And he will survive and win with all 3 marksmen alive. Here we have a bad mass-produced card. It's too much of a nerf. It would be 20% would be okay, but it's not. So you'll see me just skipping. Mass-produced Wraith is a good card, but I am way too far from the opponent. It's better when you are on aggro or the opponent is aggro. So when we are a bit closer to each other. With all this range, the Wraith is a very big target for AEA units. Grooved Wasp is also not bad, and Elite Phoenix can make use of it, although it's a bit soon to grab it. So you see me just skipping and getting extra money. And I am expanding my board. Also putting some fangs in here. And here. I think I may even move this one. So my hound here was 1 sledge and 2 fangs. The idea here is to pull his marksman away from my tower without wasting units on this rapid fire cannon, which is what would have happened if I put crawlers here instead of fangs. And let's see what my opponent will do. Hounds, which is quite a strange choice. But you can see that he has fire. Quite a few people running fire now. So he doesn't have armor, nor mech rage, which is kinda strange. You see that I'm still lacking a bit of shaft clear. These ledges can shaft clear, but are not the best at it. Fangs here, distracting the marksman, even killing a few hounds. You see a lone void eye targeting the marksman and killing it before it's killed. Now targeting the other one. So great job for this void eye here. And without the debuff. So now I get the debuff. And his tower will finish my units. Last shot. Cursed tower. Look at the damage. This tower is working overtime. And here we have arc lights, 3 arc lights, and I am lacking shaft clear. I could go for Tarantula, but we are a bit too far away. Tarantula is not the best. 2 wasps is good, because he's only anti-air marksman, but 3 arc lights is hard to refuse. It's very rare to the game to offer 3 units, and something I need, which is shaft clear. I'm also getting my Sabertooth on this round, although Sabertooth is not the best in this situation, considering I am fighting 5 badgers and hounds. You see me putting fangs in front here, so his marksmen don't target my units before the crawlers arrive. I am moving my Sabertooth here, all the way to the flank, getting an arc light together, and the idea is to, even a crawler, the idea is to run and grab his command center here. If we can get a debuff, I will obliterate his other side. And right now he has very little to defend this tower. It's the top damage on the last round. Not even 10k damage, and this one did almost 18k damage. And fire, he went for the fire. 2 hounds in front and fire. So looking at that, you can probably expect a Titan will arrive soon. Because that's what those people using fire on the hounds are doing. He grabbed the wasps, put it on both sides, which will counter my push on this side here, since I have no anti-air. And even if I was winning the ground, I have a problem of anti-air. My fangs here doing a great job, killing almost all the wasps, but not enough. And now I have a fire problem to deal with. Thankfully, I already have 1 unit that I could use, or I could go for Mustangs, since even if Sabertooth has anti-missile, it's not that great against the rest of his army, although it's really great against Rhino, if he keeps the Rhino, but since he's probably going for a Titan, I don't think he will keep it. So I'm going for Mustangs, since not only they will counter the fire, they will also work as extra shaft and shaft clear. So 3 Mustangs with anti-missiles. With that, I think, although here they are so close that the fire will probably still land. The other parts, no fire. And almost all my money went into that 3 Mustangs with anti-missile. And you can see my opponent has a lot of money, and selling the Rhino, he has enough to grab a Titan if he wants. And here it is, War Factory. His wasps are still here, and that's another thing of the Mustangs. So see, fire landed here and killed a lot of Mecha. But Mustangs can help me with the wasps. Also here, they are not positioned well to deal with them and died mostly to the fire. So lots of wasps on this side yet, although this one worked quite well this time. And our debuff, problem is not much left alive here. Although more than half of the HP of the War Factory is already gone. Mustangs trying to get a second tower. And they do get it. In the marksman here, damaging the War Factory, but it still has way too much HP. Unless this saber can do its work, but 1 shot, 2 shots, and factory down. The Arclight looking at the wasps, killing it. Poor Arclight. There is a tech for Arclights to shoot air, but almost no one uses it. And now I need to counter a War Factory. And the game do end up offering me something good. Elite Phoenix. It offered it before, I didn't grab, but now I can see its use. With Elite Phoenix, they are not that vulnerable to Fortress AA, because they have a lot more HP. I do run shield on them, so they can become even more resistant to anti-missile from Fortress. So with all of them being at minimum level 3, it could work quite well, and that's what I'm going for. Some level 3 Phoenixes to try to DPS the factory, which is what I'm lacking here. I don't have the DPS. You will also see me selling this Fang here. It's the only solution I can do. The other would be put a shield, but the factory would destroy the shield quite easily as soon as it arrived close enough. So I would have to put shield every turn here. Better to sell the Fangs and not deal with the fire. You see me grabbing 2 Phoenixes. And 1 Crown. And that's almost all my money. So no tech for the Phoenixes yet. So you can see they already have quite some damage, each one doing almost 11k damage. I will put 1 here and 1 here. And another factory on the other side. And he is now producing sledgehammers. Look at this. When the Phoenix is locked on the War Factory, it doesn't survive for long, although now the wasps are killing my Phoenix. So Phoenix dead in here. In here they are having more trouble locking on the factory. They are wasting a lot of time killing the wasps. And now the Fangs are killing them because the Arclight is locked on the factory instead of killing the Fangs. And even if I manage to kill one of the factory, I don't have enough left. Only a few Mustangs and Fangs in here. He's producing more and more sledges here. The sledges produce really fast. 1 every 6 seconds. Compared to balls, which is 1 every 8.8 seconds. And defeat. But it's okay. I have the DPS. I just need to solve the other problems. And the game just offered me something that can help with it. Farseers can deal with wasps unless you go mass wasps. But just 2 packs of wasps, the Farseers can deal with them quite easily. See me putting one here on the far left side, which is the one the wasps are coming from. And I also double attacking the phoenixes with range and launcher overload. So they will kill the sledges faster and get to the war factory. And now they have double the DPS they had before. One of these things got level, but I am not grabbing it since their main purpose is anti-missile, and they also help with the wasps, but I would have to grab range on them for them to really be counter to wasps. Because without range they get too close and get killed before they can deal with the wasps properly. I'll grab one more shaft unit, or yeah, shaft, but you can see that I'm also with very few shaft clear units. I only have the 3 arc lights I got from the drop, though I decided back and did the crawler and get another arc light on this side. Unfortunately, as you can see, it locked on the war factory instantly, but the Phoenix also locked on it, so look at how fast it's dying. Here, it didn't work that well. Only now the Phoenix locked on the factory. But the buff in here, Phoenix is locked on the factory dead. The problem is he's approaching my tower. And the buff. They don't have a lot on the ground, so they took half of the HP of the factory, but not enough to win yet. And I'm taking quite a bit of damage from those factories, even if only one of them left every time. But my life is going down while my opponent is still almost full health. But I will trust the Phoenixes. And I will increase my shaft clear. Getting shockwave on the arc lights. And I will grab more arc lights here, because my problem here was more shaft. Another Phoenix. Since I do need another one to target this factory. Ideally, I want one Phoenix for each factory, yes. And the arc light, I think I can put it here. Need something to deal with this thing. And 200 left. I think I will finally grab HP. I still have not grabbed the first defense enhancement. Yeah, defense enhancement. I want more units, but I simply don't have deployments for it. So just speed. Try to get to his factories faster. And let's see how this goes now. And he goes for another factory, so now he has 4 production factories. And one of them level 2. Phoenixes are locked, but it will take a little longer to kill level 2. Here I have 1 Phoenix locked and a lot of units too. Level 1 here will probably die before the level 2. This one also with 1 Phoenix locket dying, and the other side with the extra shaft clear also working, and finally my Phoenixes started working. All factories dead, marksman dead, everything dead. And my persistence on the Phoenix finally paid off. I did quite a bit of damage. Now, the smoke bomb looks good. Shoot airdrop could be used if I don't want to try the smoke. Because I will need to shoot against smoke, even if my main DPS is in the air. One even got a level, so level 4 Phoenix. You see me grabbing the smoke here, being very aggressive with my smoke. The idea is to grab his factories, make them move even more forward, while not shooting at my units. And if you enjoyed seeing the factories finally taking a beating, those nasty production factories, you could subscribe. It really helps me. And I want to get to 1,000, and I'm still a bit far away. But you could remediate this problem. And you will see me grabbing electromagnetic shot. Third tech for the Phoenix, and it can work really well with when the Phoenix lock on the factory, it stops producing units. I could also go for electromag on the arc lights, but I think it's this. The Phoenix was cheaper. I think it was 700, while the arc light would be 800. And the Phoenix survived longer than the arc. You see my opponent going for another production, Phoenix production, so he will have something to use against my Phoenixes later. You see the smoke here? Landed mostly. Only the middle was. But he did went for photon coating on his first years. So my electromag, only now it's working when the photon coating ran out. But I still managed to win. And another big chunk of damage. And he's only one defeat from losing. But now the game decided to annoy me and offered Lightning Storm. It's also bad for him, but my main DPS is Phoenix. And it's very vulnerable to Lightning Storm. Lightning Storm is the bane of Phoenixes. And if he kills my Phoenixes, I won't have the DPS to kill his factories. I would say my Phoenixes are like 90% of the damage of my army. So you'll see me grabbing more Phoenixes, putting on this side, which is I had less. Since probably here, which he will throw his Lightning Storm. And I grabbed the shield, in the hope that shield will be enough for them to survive a storm, especially this one, which is level 4, almost 5. So it has quite a bit of HP, considering the shield will double the HP. So it should be able to survive quite a few lightning strikes. But with that 4 tech on the Phoenixes, it eats most of my money. So 3 shields here. One more pack of fangs. I think I grabbed more crawlers too. And that was it for my hound. I couldn't even grab the mass recruitment. And with the last 50, 1 shield here, 1 missile here. My opponent didn't even shoot. You can see here, it's still alive. The shield's almost gone. Shield is down. But they are surviving. This one, I lost one of them. But those 2, thanks to the shield, survived it. And you can see his factory is dying. Even with 5 factories now. He even grabbed back on the Phoenix. Quantum assembly for them to reassemble, but not enough. And more than enough damage to win. So even dealing with a storm, the Phoenixes prevail. That card for high level Phoenix is really good, since it gets the Phoenixes out of the troublesome point of being very vulnerable to fortresses, even if my opponent was probably not going for fortress. But it also gives a lot of early levels for my Phoenix, and Phoenix has a lot of DPS if you grab Launcher Overload or the other attack, which gives them even more DPS, but I prefer this one because it reduces the attack interval and make them stronger against smaller units. When they have to deal with the production of the production factory, it's better for them to shoot faster. Against Wasps is also better. So I did had some anti-air Farseers against the Wasps and his Phoenixes. But that's it for this game. Hope you all enjoyed seeing those factories getting beaten by Phoenixes, and I will see you on the next one.